Hola, ¿cómo están? Que el Señor les bendiga este día. Soy María Fernández, este es el canal Jesús te ama. Estoy presentando hoy un vistazo a China porque este país es un bastión del comunismo, pero no hay igualdad, es una mentira y es una corrupción. Y todos los que abogan por un gobierno mundial comunista socialista no saben lo que dicen. Mi canal no es político, pero me llamó mucho la atención este video y voy a poner un segmento porque se alarga mucho y no tengo el espacio para ponerlo. Aquí está un vistazo a China.
Friends, who understands? During the 618 shopping festival, I put the company address for my online purchase, but before the delivery was even shipped, the company went bankrupt.
上海现在的现状，你听了可能都不敢相信。
The situation in Shanghai right now might be hard for you to believe. Many large companies are laying off workers and cutting salaries, while small companies are struggling on the verge of losses and bankruptcy. This afternoon, I had lunch with an old friend, and he suddenly said he and his wife were planning to return to their hometown for a fresh start. This might be our last meal together in Shanghai. I was stunned and asked, "After living here for so many years, can you really leave?" He said, "I can't even afford a hot pot right now. With a mortgage of $7,000 or $8,000 a month, it's suffocating. My salary is going down instead of up, and I'm always worried about being laid off. Want to sell my house? Property prices are dropping every day, and even if I sell, I'll have to pay over $1 million out of my pocket." Online, they keep saying the public is deliberately not consuming, but the reality is, it's not that we don't want to spend, it's that we literally have no money. The so-called hundreds of thousands in savings per person is just an average. Even for myself, after deducting my mortgage and living expenses, there's basically nothing left every month. Recently, a shocking consensus has been circulating online in China. The once glorious first-tier cities of Shanghai and Shenzhen are now undergoing a strange transformation. Three bizarre phenomena have quietly emerged and are spreading to surrounding cities at a noticeable pace. The first strange phenomenon is the simultaneous existence of luxury mansions and slums. Once flourishing Shanghai and Shenzhen have now become increasingly divided. On one side, there are high-end areas like Qiantan and Huahai, where luxury homes cost tens of millions, and the price per square meter can reach 250,000 yuan. The wealthy living in tall buildings sip red wine worth thousands of yuan, gazing at the city's dazzling skyline from their balconies, where the lights sparkle and the view is unparalleled. But just on the other side of the same piece of land, only separated by a wall, the scene is completely different. Low-rent housing, dim lighting, and workers huddling in street-side stalls, haggling over a 6 yuan plate of fried noodles. Next to the riverside apartments in Lujiaozui, delivery workers cram into shanty towns where the monthly rent is only 500 yuan. In the tech parks along Shennan Avenue, the talent apartments are barely lit at night, while on the other side of the wall, the handshake buildings in the urban villages are bustling with activity, the sounds of food and chatter filling the air. It's the same city, but it feels like two different worlds. The price-to-income ratio in prime areas is shockingly high, often reaching 100 to 1. This means that an ordinary office worker would have to work for 100 years without eating or drinking just to afford a home. Meanwhile, just nearby, the rent in urban villages continues to drop year after year. The environment keeps deteriorating, yet remains a last refuge for migrant workers, delivery drivers, food delivery riders, and the lower-tier workforce. In fact, this polarized urban landscape is not a coincidence. Behind it lies the local government's heavy reliance on land-based finance. To maximize fiscal revenue, the CCP government often sells prime land at high prices to large developers who build luxury residences and commercial complexes. Meanwhile, the redevelopment projects for shantytowns and urban villages in the same area are delayed again and again due to insufficient compensation funds and high demolition costs. The result is that high-end real estate continually takes away policies, resources, and infrastructure support. This is a typical structural distortion. Luxury neighborhoods enhance a city's outward appearance, while slums bear the burden of its inner workings. Behind the seemingly glamorous metropolis lie too many invisible victims. As a result, urban villages rely on rented housing, small family-run shops, and street-sized stalls to generate their own income, supporting the survival cycle of low-cost laborers like food delivery riders, couriers, and cleaners. Urban villages are not only dormitories for these workers, but also serve as a buffer for the city's service prices. If these areas were fully demolished and rebuilt, the cost of a takeaway meal or a home service could immediately double. Worse yet, as the supply of land for sale becomes scarcer and land transfer revenues continually decline, local government finances are tightening, making it even harder to invest in affordable housing and infrastructure. The most brutal part is that this symbiotic arrangement is gradually solidifying. High property prices are pushing the middle class out of reach, forcing more young people to downgrade their living standards. With luxury homes in core areas monopolizing resources, it's becoming even harder for children of low-income families to break through the ceiling. Meanwhile, housing policies that favor high-end developments while neglecting basic supply are slowly tearing apart the city's fairness and opportunity structure. The second strange phenomenon is a lowering of household registration barriers, also known as hukou, in major cities, while the population continues to accelerate its departure. In an effort to attract talent, China's 4 major first-tier cities have quietly eased their previously stringent requirements in recent years, lowering the thresholds for obtaining household registration. In Shanghai, as long as you are a graduate of a double first-class university, you can directly obtain a hukou. In Guangzhou, residents in 7 main districts can apply for household registration by purchasing a property and paying 1 year of social insurance. In one of Guangzhou's administrative districts, Huadu, there are even reports of a clear signal that buying a house comes with a hukou. These measures would have been unimaginable a decade ago. First-tier cities were once the dream destination pursued by thousands, a land of opportunity and golden springboard in the hearts of countless young people. Yet today, despite this lowered stance, it has not led to a return or embrace from the younger generation. Taking Shanghai as an example, data shows that in 2024, while the city's registered permanent population increased by 166,000, the total population actually decreased by 72,000. The reason for this is that the number of migrant residents dropped by 238,000. This presents a striking and cautionary contrast. Other first-tier cities, such as Beijing, Guangzhou, and Shenzhen, have also experienced varying degrees of population loss. So why are more and more people choosing to live big cities? The reason they leave is not difficult to understand. It's because the cost-effectiveness of first-tier cities is collapsing. Many people are very clear in their minds. Working relentlessly in a first-tier city might only lead to just surviving. If work becomes unstable or something happens at home, even dignity becomes unattainable. In the past, big cities were dreams, opportunities, and a place where hard work meant upward mobility. But now, in the eyes of many, they have become like a heartless meat grinder, draining your youth, emptying your wallet, and ultimately leaving you with nothing but scraps. As Chinese internet celebrity Zhang Shufeng once said, "No matter how good big cities are, they are not meant for you." Another person mentioned in a video that these strange phenomena are spreading from big cities to small cities, affecting the lives of ordinary people.
告诉大家一个不好的消息。
I have some bad news to share. In Shanghai and Shenzhen, some strange phenomena are starting to emerge, and they are gradually spreading to other cities. The first point is that wage increases and rising prices never align.
Francamente, yo creo que esta situación no es solo en China, sino en muchos otros lugares del mundo. Y es una pena, pero el Señor dijo que no pongamos la mirada en este mundo y también dijo que las riquezas son una trampa. Y la semilla que cae en estos afanes del mundo no prospera. Así que en estos tiempos, este es solo un ejemplo de un país y me dio mucha curiosidad porque es algo que está siendo más y más esparcido por el mundo entero. Gracias por escucharme, que Dios te bendiga.